Alrighty, so here we go. Today we are looking at solving quadratic equations, the same thing we did yesterday. So today students will be able to solve quadratic equations. Quadratic function, remember, is anything without x squared. That makes it a quadratic. Quadratic parent function is y equals x squared, so it's right in the center. Parabola is the shape of a quadratic function. The x-intercept is where the quadratic function crosses through the x-axis, also called solutions, roots, and zeros. Those are all the same thing. Quadratic formula, we went through that. The discriminant is what's inside the square root sign. If it's greater than 0, you have 2 real solutions. If it's less than 0, you have no real solutions. And if it's equal to 0, you have 1 real solution. Standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. This is how we normally see it. Vertex form, y equals a x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are the vertex. So here, -2 and 4 are the vertex. Completing the square, we don't need to look at today. All right, so the paper you're working on today, I'm going to go over 2 examples, and you should be able to do the rest on your own. So today I'm going to look at number 1. So number 1, they want you to solve equations by factoring. I'm going to show you how to do it by factoring and by your calculator. So by factoring, you make your box. What goes inside here? That x squared. What goes inside here? The 21. Now to factor, remember you have to do the rainbow, but this is a 1. So it's 1 times 21, which is 21. The factors of 21 are 1 and 21, and 3 and 7. Are there anything else? I don't believe so. So we add them up. 1 plus 21 is 22. 3 plus 7 is 10. Which one do we want? 10. Okay, so we put 3x and 7x, because we have 3 and 7. Now we see what they have in common. What do these two have in common? Just an x. Okay, and from this point you should be able to just guess the rest. So x times what will give you x squared? X. X times what will give you 7x? 7. Then x times what will give you 3x? 3. And then double check, 3 times 7 is 21. So your factors here are going to be x plus 3 and x plus 7. Okay, that's what we got here. So remember what we were doing earlier, you just do the opposite. So the solutions are going to be x equals, not plus 3, but -3. And x equals, not plus 7, but -7. Okay? Here's how you can do that in your calculator. Okay? So in your calculator, we go to y equals. We type in x squared plus 10x plus 21. Where does the graph hit the x-axis? At 1, 2, -3, 4, 5, 6, -7. So those are your answers. X equals -3, x equals -7. Now sometimes those may be decimals, so what I want you to do is double check at the table. I think it's -3 and -7. If it is -3, y should be 0. If it is -7, y should be 0. Okay, so that tells us that it is correct, -3 and -7. So the rest of the problems you can do either with your calculator or you can do by factoring, except for the bottom 3. The bottom 3. These bottom 3, you're going to need to factor. Okay, because they aren't going to necessarily be whole numbers. So, make our box. What goes in here? 3x squared. And then what goes right here? That 5. Now remember the rainbow. 3 times 5 is what? 15. Now give me all the factors of 15. We have 1 and 15. 3 and 5. Anything else? No. So add these together and you get 16. Add these together and you get 8. What are we looking for? 8. So we have 3x here, and 5x here. So again, what do these two have in common? Just an x. Okay, so you should figure out the rest from here. X times what will give you 3x squared? 3x. X times what will give you 5x? 5. 3x times what will give you 3x? 1. 5 times 1 does give you 5. So your factors here are x plus 1 and 3x plus 5. So we already know, x plus 1, what's that going to be? What's the solution for that? X equals -1, okay? But now we need to find this one. So we have 3x plus 5 equals 0, okay? Now we need to solve for x. So subtract your 5. You have 3x equals -5. Then we divide by 3. So x equals -5 over 3. So your solution is x equals -5 over 3. Okay? So the bottom three, you'll have to factor like this. The rest of them, you will be able to just use your calculator if you choose to do so. The paper's due by the end of the class. You can submit your answers online. Be sure to submit your answers online and turn in your hard copy paper because that's how you get a grade. Good luck!